Ladies and gentlemen, it is June 14th, 2016. This is Daily Code episode 41, and I'm Chris. Hello. I'm very cold today. It is a very cold day here in New Zealand. Yesterday we did a stream connecting to the YouTube API, and I had a lot of fun, and I think it was quite successful in terms of creating a new Laravel application and logging in with Oauth to the YouTube API and retrieving channels and playlists and videos and learning a little bit or refamiliarizing myself with the Laravel PHP application framework. This is the website. Woo! And today I actually want to continue with that because I think it's going to be really useful to me. And so come along for the ride with that, I guess. All right, let's get chat up. Now, the first thing that I want to do is that I reset the Oauth client details between yesterday and today, just to make sure that I was using fresh details, and because I got some stuff on screen yesterday. So I loaded those details in just before the stream, but it appears that they didn't take. Oauth YouTube. There we go. Okay, for some reason it was using previous details there. So if we log in, yes, have offline access. If we log in, we should get redirected back here. And then when we go to the videos endpoint, which I set up yesterday, it should do a few requests and show us some details from a playlist that I have set up. There we go. Okay, so these are video details. It's only showing video ID apparently. But here's the deal. These are this is information from a list of videos within the first playlist, within the first channel, and it doesn't do me any good to keep on making these requests every time. What I want to do is I want to set up a database table, and I want to store things like the channel details and the playlist details and the video details, so that later I can link them up to other database stuff and get and make requests against the YouTube API with that information. So to begin with, I want to set up a couple models. Let's see, YouTube API. And to use that, we will use Laravel's artisan command, make migration, and this migration will be create channels table. There we go. Okay, so it's going to make the base migration. I'm not using the shortcuts to populate that with fields because I just don't know them offhand. But here we go. The ever invisible line. Okay, I'll also hide this bar once we've selected files in here. Okay. So this is what a migration looks like. Laravel, like Ruby on Rails, has the system of migrations where you create database tables using code, and then you run a command and it persists that to the database. Whatever database engine you're using or you have configured behind the scenes, it'll just make that work. So there isn't an alias here, but the docs will tell us easily enough that when we want to work on, yes, ORM, when we want to create a schema, we can use the schema facade, I guess, if we want to do that. Yeah, okay, so schema create. Let's just do this. Now, this is not within a namespace, so the schema facade will just work automatically. The table is channels, and we want an auto-incrementing primary key field called ID. And to be pedantic, I'm going to change these quotes. I should have just done that. There we go. And then there's a corresponding key, which I want to do, or corresponding method, which I want to do now, which it's not going to tell me exactly. It's this. Schema drop if exists channels. Now, Another thing which I've forgotten, since it's been so long since I've set up migrations or worked in an app that needs them, is that I prefer to have singular entity table names for absolute personal preference and no other reason. So now, that reminds me, the default migration actually creates a plural and doesn't do drop if exists, which is an issue, because I want a singular. And like I've done in this other thing, I will just replace these doc comments with inherit doc, because there's nothing else useful I want to return here. Okay, so I've changed this to singular, which means I need to specify the table name here, protected table user, because the assumption is that it's going to be a plural of whatever this thing's class name is. So this is var string. There we go. Okay. Also, let's just swap these quotes out. Again, me being very pedantic. Now, this brings me to what's currently in the database, which is what we migrated last time, YouTube API, which is that we are just storing YouTube API details when we authenticate with this. So let me restart the server and let me re-authenticate, because the session will have dropped. And the endpoint is auth YouTube. There we go. Okay, well, we haven't migrated, so let's do that first. PHP artisan artisan migrate. Now we should have two tables here, or three. Okay, so the user table, it's singular. Channel table, it's singular, just as the ID, because we haven't added any other fields. But let's re-authenticate, and then dun, da, da, da. Once we do this, it's going to create a record in the user table. So let's load that back up. There we go. There's our record. YouTube ID and token. Now, we want to store, we actually want the landing page. Maybe we should actually have a dashboard route. So something like this. In fact, let's do it as a controller. So we'll call this dashboard, and we can send it to home controller dashboard. Okay, I'll also get rid of this default route, because we'll put it in a controller, because that's what we're looking to do with all the other things as well. And I'll leave the old videos URL here, because I have no reason to get rid of that yet. But as I said, I want to have this as index. Okay, so we need a controller, a home controller. PHP artisan make controller. And then in here we'll say, okay, there is an index action, which is the home page, and this returns view welcome until we have a better place for that. And there is public dashboard, which I've spelt incorrectly, and this returns view dashboard. Board. One day my spelling will be amazing. Let's put these in home index. In fact, let's call this pages controller, actually. Page controller. Page controller. I prefer that. I mean, it's all pages, right? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. YouTube API, yes. Page controller. Okay, so we have to change these routes now, because this is home controller. That's not what we want. Page controller. Sweet, Ian. We are working with a PHP framework and getting YouTube data. So, if you're new, yesterday we connected to the YouTube API doing this stuff. I'll actually show you, because if you haven't seen it before, it's actually pretty cool. Okay, so we go to our site and we hit the auth YouTube URL via let's say via like a login link or a connect link. And then we are supposed to get a login page. but I broke that now. So let's fix it quickly and then I'll show you. Page home, page dashboard. Okay. Let's see, resources, views. Here's that welcome file, but we'll make a folder here called page and take welcome into that and get a copy of this just for the dashboard. Dashboard. Okay, this shouldn't be broken anymore. Yet it is. Which is fantastic. That's because this isn't welcome anymore, it's home. Sure. Actually, I called it index. Wow, my memory is terrible. Index. I am not from the UK. I am from South Africa originally. And I am currently residing in New Zealand, which is the coldest place on Earth. Page home, still not found. Page index. That's what I called it. Okay, let's restart the server just in case that fixes it. Here is the homepage, and if we go to Oauth YouTube, it's not going to re-authenticate us for some bizarre reason. I want it to authenticate so that I can show everyone that's new. No, stop it! Okay. Is it going to be a browser-based session? Damn it. It's totally browser-based. Oh, and I don't want to kill the browser. Sigh. Okay, maybe I won't show you how it authenticates with YouTube because it doesn't seem to want to do this anymore. It's just like, you're fine, you're authenticated. I'll tell you what, we'll get rid of the user record and then it'll have to authenticate. Oauth YouTube. Da -da 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 -da. So you go to this via like a connect link and you log into your Google account and you pick the YouTube account that this is applicable for and you get back to this page. And then yesterday we carried on doing a thing where we get a list of categories and playlists and videos. Sorry, channels and playlists and videos. And at the end of it we have this video ID and we can start doing funky things with that. I have used WordPress ever. And it's pretty cool for a lot of stuff, actually. Okay, so we've set this up. We should actually have a dashboard URL now. Oof, if I didn't botch it up. Undefined function controller views. I called that the wrong thing. It's view. Here we go. Okay, so this looks exactly the same as the homepage because I just did a copy of it, but we can change that pretty quickly. Dashboard. Yay! Okay, I'll revert that actually because I want some HTML structure in here as well. So let's get rid of all of this and let's just say dashboard. For reasons that will start to become obvious very soon. There's few people who like WordPress. I got called a dumb something or other for using it. I mean, as long as you keep it up to date, you're fine. Yeah, I mean, WordPress is fine, and it's got a really good self-updater, which is good, so if you enable that, it's awesome. And like any other thing, it's got its uses. Like, there are some times when WordPress is exactly what you need to use, and you'll get something up pretty quickly. Or, you know, like if there's a good plugin infrastructure around what you want. Like if people want to set up a shop, and there's a set of plugins like WooCommerce that you can use, it's pretty cool. It's pretty quick to set something up. People hate. It's popular to hate stuff. It's popular to be part of a crowd that hates another crowd, I guess. Pages. Okay. I don't know. I haven't tried forums. Thanks for the host. Dude, that's awesome. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to butcher your name, DJ Echo. Welcome, DJ Echo. Okay. So we've got the dashboard going here, and it's an empty page. Now, I want to do, on this dashboard, I actually want to show a list of channels and playlists and videos. So to do that, I'm going to start by saying channels is an empty array. Want to join is people who make WordPress sites for them. One thing I want to join is the people who make WordPress sites for them. I don't understand what you mean, Demon Wolf. Can you sort of elaborate on that? Okay. In the meantime, Laravel uses this thing called, or implements this thing called ORM. I know you can make some money at some companies, but don't know how to design and want to use WordPress to make it easier. It's 2 a.m. No, it's fine. It's 2 a.m. somewhere. You're doing well for 2 a.m. Back to Laravel before I lose my train of thought. I'll pick that up in a little bit. Laravel implements this thing called ORM, or active record actually. It's got an ORM which follows the active record pattern, which basically means you have these things in the database, these tables in the database, and this is like a relational database, it's what it's technically called. And each one of these tables, there are some meta tables like migrations, but each one of these tables relates to a class in the programming language. So this user table with all of its columns here relates to this user class. So you'll see some things map up here and the table name matches up. And you can call methods on this user class or on objects of this user class, like save or like property names, and then that stuff gets persisted to the database and pulled out of the database, which is really cool. Active Record's actually pretty fast for setting stuff up. Yes, you can with this. It's awesome. I'll do that actually. Look, just at the beginning of the stream, I created this migration here, which creates a channel table. Let me expand on this quickly. Table string name. Okay, because we want to name the channels. Yes, there is a way to make an API that way. I'm going to do like an interface, like a complete HTML interface for it, but you can just return JSON instead of HTML if you want. Let's see. In fact, let's call these YouTube like we did in the user table. YouTube name, YouTube ID, I guess, is the thing, and this will index. Nah, we won't index. Yes, we will. Let's index that. So we're going to make a database index. Sweet. We'll follow on. I'm going to make a database index and table timestamps to give us created and update timestamps, just like here. So this looks okay. Let's run this again, although I should have actually created a separate migration for this. I'm just going to... pain. I'm just going to remove this, any record of this migration having been run, and remove this table. I should have actually made a separate migration when I added the fields, but anyway, that's the ideal way to use it. PHP artisan migrate. So artisan is the command line utility for Laravel. Okay, so we've migrated this, which means even though we deleted the table, because we've migrated and we have that class, surprise, we have a table here. And it's got the new fields we added. YouTube ID, YouTube name, created at, updated at. Okay, it is a MacBook Pro. It is a MacBook Pro, which is terrible for streaming and like playing games and stuff. Anyway, now we've got the database table, but because we're using active record, we have to have another class here, which maps to that database table. So I'll call it channel, and we'll just change some things here. So it's not user, it's channel. We can get rid of this this class here. The table name is channel, and instead of token, we have name. 2000 and I think it's 2014, late 2014 is when I got it. So I think it's that. Okay, we created these fields, we've added them to this thing. We should have access to something. I'll show you, because this is pretty cool. Okay, forget about all of this stuff here. In fact, don't forget about all of this stuff. Let's go back to our yes. So the question is, or the comment is that I changed this. I changed them both though. I don't actually want anything in this hidden. What? Tokens hidden. I don't understand what you're saying, Demon Wolf. Let's go back to this video page. If you haven't seen it already, if I go to videos here, it's going to do requests for channels and playlists and videos. So if I go to, let's see, if I go to that video controller, That's fine. It'll be hidden. I regularly change the tokens and stuff anyway because I always leak something on stream. If I go here where I'm getting these channels, what I can actually do is dd what this channel is. Print out. dd is like it's like a debug print. If you've done any kind of web dev, that's pretty common. Okay, content details. So this is a channel and I've got the ID here, but I don't actually have the name. Let's see. Developer.youtube console.developers.google.com apparently. In fact, this is actually the address I want before I leak more details. Don't do that. I'll just wait for this to finish loading. Usually I create tokens to have permissions to do general stuff that I need on stream. They're usually not guard tokens. I don't know if that's the appropriate word for them. Yeah. DD's good. I just forget about it the whole time. And because of my JSON formatter. Yeah, man, leaking stuff on stream happens so often with me. It's hilarious, actually. Channels list. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, autofill as well. Hey, is a pretty bad, like a pretty anti-pattern for me in terms of like remembering things I don't actually want it to remember. I want to get the name of the channel. So if I go to this request here, it's doing content details. No, I haven't actually, Ian. Ian asks, have I considered doing a video series for people who are new to coding? I haven't actually. I ain't got DJ Call. I don't have time to install a new JSON thing. It's just got to. I've got to recognize. What is topic details? Is that the stuff that I want? Let's add that to the part and refresh and see. Ian, I'm keen now that you say it. I'm super keen now that you say it. If you feel like reading, because, you know, there is a really good book on programming in PHP, which means you could theoretically learn that and then hop into WordPress dev if you wanted to, like as a good start. But a lot of people have PHP Pandas. A lot of people I've referred this to because it's such a good book. This book here, PHP Pandas. Yeah, whatever, man. Okay, fine. I'll close it. PHP Pandas, for those who don't hate reading. Okay, topic details wasn't it. I've got the ID. I have content details. What else do I need? What is snippet? I'm gonna try snippet. Dun, 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 dun. What's snippet? Hey, there's the title. Oh, that's the channel title. Hey, that's the channel title. Okay, so snippet's what I want. Here I can say channel. Is that an array? That is an object, it appears. dd channel snippet. Yes! Yes, Laracast is also very good. Okay, so there are a lot of free screencasts on here to teach programming, and Jeffrey Way, who is the author of these things, is flippin' amazing with these things. Start browsing. This is just gonna take me. Let's see. Is there a filter for like people who are new? Let's see. Because it's actually a very good question. Like, where do I lead people to if they don't like book stuff? Interesting. Yeah, I like to play Minecraft, Demon Wolf. I actually like to program in Minecraft, and there are There are streams where I build circuitry and programs in Minecraft. It's actually pretty fun. Anyway, laracasts.com. There are a lot of videos. I also don't know how to filter it. Just like mess around with this, because many of these series are for free. In fact, is there a filter anymore for these things that are free? Dun, 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 dun. There's a lot of stuff that's free. Just go have a look on the site. It's a pretty cool video site. It's fine. Don't worry, Ian. You just destroyed everything. Snippet. Okay. Anyway, instead of just channel, I've said, okay, take the object channel and go down into its snippet property, and that returns this helpful stuff over here. So I can create a channel. Yes, always tweet Jeffrey Way. No, Demon Wolf, it's not weird, but you would be one of the only people in the world. Okay, so we can create a channel because we have this new PHP class. We can say channel create and give it an array and say, okay, the YouTube ID is channel ID. Wow, I wish I could type better. And the YouTube name is actually channel snippet name. That should create these channels. In fact, what we want to do is create, what is this? There's a method. DJ will help me out here. There's a method for this. Create or find is the one that I used to do this before, but there's another method, I think, which is just create if not exists. That's what I want to do. I want to create if not exists without assigning something. First or create, yeah, but it's gonna hydrate an object and I'm a bit lazy. Is there another method for this? I don't want to find or create. I just want to create. First or new, first or create, first or new. Oh, first or new doesn't actually save it. All right. Find or first or create. So this method will take these attributes and find something in the database that matches them. And if it's not there, it'll create an instance of it. But I'm not assigning it to anything because I actually just don't care about this channel object. So the idea is if I go into this video's URL again, it's going to fetch all the channels. Lame, I didn't request it in here. Okay, so this is another thing of PHP, is that another side effect of PHP is that, I think this is actually app. Yeah, app channel. I will stop losing my thought in just a minute. Another interesting thing in PHP is that you have namespaces. So it's like prefixing classes with special characters so that you don't have similarly named things in different applications or different libraries clashing. So you have namespaces here, and that means sometimes you need to import references outside of the namespace you're in. First or new. Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, I needed to import this, which is what this error message is telling me when I refresh. First or create is undefined, which is hilarious. Why is this undefined? Why? Maybe I've got it spelled wrong. No? Would you like to see my portfolio? I might work on it while you work on that. Sounds good, Demon Wolf. Give us a link. I have links disabled. Twitter.com assertchris. Can you post a link there? Because I have them disabled in this chat because spammers are terror bad. Use app channel. It's because I'm not extending. Extends eloquent. Hilarious though that is. This was just an ordinary class. Links for the win. Links so bad. Oh, what have I done? Stray semicolon. Come on then. let's get this working. Undefined property name. Getting somewhere. We're like a step further. What was this called? I should totally have done this in a separate. Duplicate. Title is the correct thing. So when we refresh this, it should go all the way down to the video level. Oh, sweet. Okay, so Demon Wolf's portfolio is in chat. Everyone give it a look. Good bypass. Good strategy. Okay, this should mean that we have channel data in here. YouTube ID, YouTube channel name, success. Now, slight point of order is that I would actually prefer this to be title since I'm being all pedantic, but I wanted to match the YouTube API. So let me go back into this channel thing and change this to title. And then I will again need to creatively alter the migration flow. Migrate. So there we have channel, and there we go. The column name is YouTube title now. And when we refresh this, load the channels. There we go. Title isn't stored. What's going on there? I don't think I changed the fillable property. Channel. It's still channel name. Here we go. Okay. So let's delete that out of there because it's going to do find or create. Refresh this and success. Success! Stream crashed. I bypassed it. You can enable it. Just get Nightbot. Nightbot time band links. Nightbot's not a bad idea by the sound of things. You can also allow people. Stream crashed on me. Fix is bad. You know I want in the ID and the name. Oh, I actually want to find by ID and reset the name, don't I? That's what I want to do. Demon Wolf, I will tell you towards the end of the stream, or I'll look at it during the break. That's an idea. So DJ Echo made me realize a very important thing here. I don't want to find or create with the title, because if the title of the playlist changes, I will no longer find this record. It'll just make another one. What I actually want to do is I do want a channel for this. And here I want to set channel YouTube title. I think this was snippet, title, channel, save. Oh. Yeah, I mean, first or new. That is a thank you. You love how I don't have music. Cool. Because that's generally not such a win for people, except that I don't want to get videos muted, and I want to put the stuff up on YouTube, so can't really play music. Refresh this, and we should have. Aww. It lied. Property of non-object, line 45. Oh, because I... Yes, I see. I had this exact same problem yesterday, and I solved it a lot quicker without having the error. So here I'm creating a variable called channel, and here I was overriding it, and here I was saying get me the channel snippet, and that obviously doesn't exist. When I refresh, it should be a lot better. I'm guessing it's going to be a lot better. There we go. So when we refresh this again, we should still have exactly the same channel again. Yay! Look at the created at time, 7:34:15. Refresh. 7:34:15. Well, you know, apparently the server time. Oh wait, yeah. It's actually going to return the same instance, so actually it's good. Never mind. It's all working. Hey, it's all working. Before I go on the break, I would like to get the channels here. So we've seen the one aspect of creating them and then setting like the title based on YouTube data. The other aspect is to say, get all the channels, channel Chanel, all. Is that what I want to do? And then instead of an empty array, we can do channel equals channels. Let's add a quick view for this. So if we go into dashboard, we can say, let's see, for each channels, that's channel. Now this isn't PHP specific code. If you're watching along, now to test that, change your DB, change your name in the DB, and it'll revert back. Oh, that's a very good idea. Okay, so what DJ is saying is, if we change this in the database and pretend that was the old name, and we refresh this, the name should be back to the name of the playlist on YouTube, which is the truth. What a good suggestion to test that. Yeah, I don't really like compact that much, but not because it's bad, just because I don't like it that much. Compact and extract, while we're on this, are difficult to statically analyze. So it's difficult to know what variables you're getting out of the array and what variables you are getting out of an extract. So if you use HHVM, for instance, those methods don't work because it's difficult to statically analyze. And using them makes it harder for future updates to the parser to optimize that stuff. So that's why I avoid it, but it doesn't really make that much difference. As I was saying, this is not standard PHP code. It's not standard HTML code. It is specific to Laravel. But it basically means go through all the channels, and for each one, for each channel, output it. So channel YouTube title and a new line. Yay! So not the videos thing, but the dashboard. Oh, lame, spelled it wrong. And I haven't aliased this again. All these things to remember. Use app channel. It's been so long since I've worked on this. I think it's double curly brace now. I think. Only one way to tell is to keep on iterating. There we go. Okay. Let me just give this a heading. Channels. There we go. Big fan of Unix Linux commands. I added an app just to get them in Windows. To get one in Windows. Okay, anyway, we've got a list of channels, and it's only there because we have that other videos command and we're storing them. Now that was a very long first half. I'm going to play some music and I will be back in 2 minutes, and in that time I'll take a look at Demon Wolf's portfolio. So see you in 2 minutes. Bye.